I stand here today by the Wisconsin State Constitution to announce my candidacy for the 76th Assembly District. I decided to run in this district, one, because this is where I happen to live, and two, because I feel that we need an independent candidate, independent of the Democratic and Republican parties in this race. I registered my campaign under the individual party, people representing people. I think that we need to see a new trend, and I think that the best place to start it is in one of the most liberal districts in the state. This is not a campaign against Chris Taylor, who is also happening to be running in the district. Nothing against her. No matter who were to happen to win this race, I believe that we would have a very strong, powerful advocate in the race. I do feel that there will be several differences, though. Due to the redistricting mess and all the secrecy and everything that was behind that, unfortunately, the whole entire state became a lot more polarized. This was done in an effort to try to keep the majority of the state, or the independents or moderates, from having a voice. As such, neither me nor Chris Taylor, the only other person that I know is in the race at this point, was in the 76th district before this. So we're both new to this race. She has served in the assembly for a few months. I feel that I've been as equally as big as an advocate for that amount of time as well. I do plan to issue a clean campaign pledge. I will be working on that. I don't think that there will be any issues getting that signed. I think all parties, and I think anyone else who enters the race, or anyone else who has entered the race, will have no problem signing a clean campaign pledge. There's no need to attack each other. We're all for the same thing. And that's what democracy is about, giving the voters choices and letting them decide which one of the choices they feel best represents them. But on top of that, I want to take it a step further, and I want to introduce something new, a clean funding pledge. And I'm going to ask everyone who gets in this race, and I'm also going to ask other candidates in other districts to join me in signing this clean funding pledge that I'm creating. And what this is it states that no candidate accepts over $100 from anyone. The reason for this is so that everyone has a fair shot, everyone has a fair voice. No one can donate too much more. The difference between the person who can only afford $25 and the person who can afford $100 to donate is not that much. Everyone has an equal voice. That's what the system was set up to do. And also, another part of the clean funding pledge is going to be no special interest money whatsoever. If you don't live and you don't breathe, you can't contribute. This makes sense. Corporations' special interests do not represent the majority of people, period. Corporations and special interests have their own interests. They have a separate interest. Oftentimes it does align with the majority of people. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But they're a special interest. It should only be individuals influencing candidates, and I strongly believe this. And also in office, I would introduce legislation to disregard Citizens United. Also, we need to get back to the Constitution. I am actually, it's kind of hard to read it on this document right here, so I have a copy right here to read. But in light of recent events, and in light of the tragic killing of Bo Morrison up in Segway, Wisconsin, I feel it very important to read Article 1, Section 1 of the Wisconsin State Constitution. Indeed, this is the first right that the people who wrote the Constitution gave us. And the first word, as you will see in the original Constitution, is all. It's bolded and it's capitalized. There's very few words in the entire document that are bolded and capitalized, but that word is. And it says, all people are born equally free and independent and have certain inherent rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And then it continues on with the revision. But the original one, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's, it's very clear. You can't take someone's life or liberty without a trial in this state, or in any state. It's also guaranteed by the Declaration of Independence. But you can't take someone's life or liberty without a trial. But under this castle doctrine, which is completely unconstitutional, you can take someone's life or liberty for simply standing on your property, not breaking into a house, not being violent, not posing a physical and clear threat, but simply standing on your property. You can take someone's life and their liberty. That's not justice. That's not defense. That is sickening. That is sickening. And I'm tired of these district attorneys like the Washington County DA that want to sit here and pretend like this is a self-defense case when they know damn well self-defense laws implied equal or lesser force and Bo Morrison didn't have a weapon at all. This killing is completely unconstitutional. The basis for letting him go free is unconstitutional. And the district attorney is violating his oath of office. What we also have to do is we have to put our legislators on Medicaid. One of my first initiatives would be to put the legislators, all of them, including myself if I was in office, on Medicaid. I've always said, put legislators on public benefits and see how quickly they change.
Yeah.
And I don't think there needs to be much more said on that. Throughout the next few days, I'll be getting a campaign treasurer. I'll have a website forming, Facebook group. I'll have a place to send donations. But I look forward to a good, fun, clean campaign where we can all learn a lot and getting to know a lot of people. And hopefully, together, we can take down this fascist takeover of our state. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you. Yay.
Jeremy, have you talked to Chris Taylor about this at all yet?
I have not. I haven't talked to much of anyone about this yet, actually.
Probably not.
Just out of curiosity, I just came in as you were speaking. What are you running for?
76 Assembly District.
All right.
Yay!
Currently held by Therese Berceau, who got moved out of her district.
How about that?
What do you see as your biggest challenge then here?
You know, the funny thing is, the biggest challenge in every other election year for an independent candidate has been straight party voting. The one thing that was good about the voter disenfranchisement bill was eliminating straight party voting, in my opinion. I think the biggest challenge, it's hard to say so early in the race. I mean, I think if we can all stick to a clean funding pledge, then the biggest challenge won't be overcoming special interest money. If we can all stick to clean campaigning pledges, which I fully think everyone will, then the challenge won't be overcoming attacks or defending attacks. But it's really hard to do. Another thing that I plan to do is not accept anything that comes on the table that only repeals some things. I think everything that was introduced these last couple of years needs to be repealed. And I think that if they introduce a bill repealing anything, then you can make an amendment to repeal everything else. Because I think that the Republicans should be able to have a fair shot to add whatever they want. But I think it should be done through the normal democratic process. The process has been sidelined. Citizens weren't even able to film public meetings. They weren't even able to petition their government. So these meetings weren't even valid. Everything that's passed in the last 2 years, or last year and a half, hasn't even been valid in my opinion. So everything needs to be rolled back. They can add things individually, allow public hearings, allow debate, and as a representative, I would consider it. But I don't think anything should be allowed to stay really that's been taking place in the last year and a half, because everything is able to be added back. But I think after the recalls, it'll be clear that people want something different and they don't accept what's happened the last year and a half.
Yeah.